The Trademark Class page is where you will find all class information and the accompanying goods and services specifications. In my example case, I can see this trademark has been registered in Class 10 with the goods specification shown here. Let's add another class entry to my case. To do so, click on the Add button. This will bring up the Add Trademark Class window. First, we need to enter our class in the Trademark Class field. I will enter Class 21. Remember that fields marked in red are mandatory, so I also need to select a language. Take note of the search button next to the class field. If you click here, the NICE classification list will open, which is used to check the classification of trademarks according to the International Classification System NICE agreement. As an example, I will enter the word cotton in my criteria field and then click search. In my results, I can see the NICE serial number, the class indication, and the goods specification showing the context of how my keyword cotton has been classified. You can add your class directly from here by double-clicking on an entry. The goods text area is fully editable, which means you can make edits to existing text or you can delete parts of your text. You can add text by manually typing it out or copying and pasting from an outside source. Another great feature to add goods text is by using the class heading button. This will add the general class heading text for the entered class. Let's save my entry. Take note that we can have multiple language entries for a specific class. Here I am adding class 21 to my case again, but my language selection will be French. Next, we have the option to add custom or client-specific classifications to Patricia. This is incredibly useful for scenarios where you have large clients that have a specific set of goods that they file in. These lengthy good texts do not need to be kept in a big file on your desk, but instead saved to the client classification area in Patricia. If this setup has been done, you will be prompted with the alternate good specification when filing for that client. The client-specific classification can be found under the Actions menu, Classifications, and then Client-specific classifications. Here you can set default trademark goods and service classifications per client, per trademark, and per country. In this window you have two tabs. The first shows a list of custom entries already created. Here you can view the details of each and make changes to the settings. The next tab is the Find tab, and here you can search for custom entries using the criteria shown here. Let's imagine our client Patrick's AB has a custom specification for class 19. On all cases where they are applicant, we need this custom specification to appear when filing class 19 trademarks. Let's add this then. The first step is to click the New button. Note that the fields in red are mandatory and need to be filled in. Let's add a label for this classification. Now select the language. Enter the class number in the next field. Let's also add our goods text in the goods text field. We have now filled in all mandatory fields, and we can save our entry, but we are not yet done. We haven't stated to only use this specification on client Patrick's AB. If we do not, then this will be a global entry that will appear on all class 19 filings. So let's limit it to only Patrick's AB. Enter the client number here and choose a name type. We can also limit this to only appear on a specific country, but we will not do this now. Finally, click on Save. Back in my case, I will now add a class 19 to my case. I will use the class heading to add my specification text. Notice how we now need to choose between the standard class heading or our custom specification that we created. To return this value, simply select it. The last important point is the Log button. Each and every change made to your class entries will be stored in the log area. To access this, click on the Log button. The Trademark Class Log window will appear, showing all entry edits made to the classes on this case throughout its lifetime.